Howdy, and welcome back to the 12th annual Texas Bucket List Christmas Special. You know, Christmas is all about celebrating the birth of Christ. And during the holiday season, you can see that in depictions of the Nativity, big and small. From live animals outside of churches to small sets underneath your Christmas tree. Well, over in Port Lavaca, you can find an assortment of nativities thanks to one woman who treasures this holiday tradition. As the holiday season hits the Lone Star State, you'll find Port Lavaca native Veronica Kaliba putting her finishing touches on one of her favorite nativity sets.
Well, that's what Christmas is, so yeah, it's the most important thing.
Then she moves on to the next one, then the next one, and the next one.
We didn't intend to do this. I would have no idea that I would have been collecting this many nativities 5 years ago.
Veronica has a fondness for the figurines that make up the manger that depict the night Christ was born.
Artists are just so creative in depicting the nativity that it was just inspiring.
Inspiring enough to convince her to buy hundreds of nativity scenes in a few years and put them all on display at the old Red Barn in Port Lavaca.
Please tell me you don't have to put this up every year.
I don't. Not anymore.
Oh, yeah. Good.
This is a carved one that from Schulenburg. Love the detail, and that's why I put it on a carousel so that you could see all the detail.
The array of religious art came to be back in 2020 when Veronica wanted people from all around the coast to bring their nativities to display together. Only problem is, no one answered the call. So Veronica decided to carry the cross herself and create this incredible collection on her own.
You know, I grew up with two Catholic grandmothers that were very religious, very devout. And so it, I guess, set up my affinity for the nativity. It was more about getting together and praising Jesus, not so much the material part of it. You may think, yeah, this is material, but what I hope I bring to it is that I like my collecting and then we just happen to have a place that everybody can come see this. And so that's what I think of Christmas now, is that sharing my love for what I do, my vocation, I think of it now, of collecting these things and bringing them to people that can see them all together.
Finding a unique nativity is now an everyday undertaking, and Veronica searches high and low, and on occasion has spared no expense.
Go to antique stores, thrift malls, go to a lot of estate sales, and so that's how the collection grew, and about 100 each year.
What are we up to?
750.
750?
Mm-hmm. That's of my collection.
Oh.
We're not counting pictures, puzzles, and that kind of stuff, but just nativities, ones that can sit on a table. Yeah, crazy. This one right here we bought at Shiner Church Picnic back in September of 21. Got there real early, spotted it, thought we have to have it. 3 heifers later that we bought. Another tree, a tree skirt, another nativity, a lady's blouse that I just needed out of the way so we get to the next item. We waited 13 hours because we were there at 11 and it ended at midnight and it was the last item.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So once all said and done, after all that, that's how much you spent?
That totally, yes.
$6,500.
$6,500.
At that time of night, people must have been feeling pretty good at the auction.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of ungodly amount of Lone Star Light consumed.
From crystal to yarn, Coke cans to recycled paper, many of these nativities are made with unique materials, including some rock-solid displays of faith.
What people expect when you hear nativity is that, oh, it's Mary just looking down at baby Jesus, and we've got ones made of pinto bean, cinnamon bark, macaroni, just anything.
Imagine trying to figure out how to showcase all these crazy and classical displays.
Well, I'm no Joanna Gaines, but you know, I try to get you different textures and colors and heights and stuff to get your eyes flowing a little differently.
The themes of the nativities can be very interesting. Gnomes, snow people, dogs, foxes. You just never know what you'll find. There's even a nativity that takes a nod from the Lone Star State.
Started with Mary, Joseph, and Jesus in the Alamo.
So the Texas version of the nativity scene.
Exactly.
Where are your kings?
Well, they're not here yet, but if anybody has a Nolan Ryan, Willie Nelson, or George Strait I can have, I'd love to have them as the kings.
Those are going to be your 3 kings for the
Yes.
Texas nativity.
Yes.
Okay. The Alamo
Everybody
is a
else
manger.
does, you know.
The Alamo is a manger. I said manger.
As much as I love tradition, that's one of the things with a collection this big, you have to have something different to really keep people interested.
You'll also find nativities from across the world, depicting cultures from other countries. And it's that moment you realize Christmas truly does bring a lot of the world together to celebrate a special day over 2,000 years ago.
I think that there's enough art, culture, and religion in here, and so many different representations of the Nativity that it includes everybody. Different artists, different cultures, different races, that it's just a phenomenal expression of people's artistry and their faith and spirituality.
Well, thanks for watching this segment of the Texas Bucket List. To see more, be sure you subscribe to our channel, and to see full episodes, become a member. In the meantime, you can also shop our store at the Texas Bucket List Store and Studio.